Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday Tea. It's really windy out today. I'm starting next to my house where I have very good internet, but we're going to head out to the horses and we'll see how long this Facebook Live lasts in the windy day. So today, I've had a pretty busy morning and I'm getting out to the horses a little bit later than usual. We have Ari here. And he's quite on alert because it's pretty windy today. Now, usually I put the stallions together after they're very quiet, they're very calm, we've done some walking, some exercises, so that they have the best chance of being friends and not fighting with each other. Hi Nina, welcome to tea time. So today, we're gonna test our progress a little bit. I don't usually put the stallions together when they're this alert and when I haven't worked with them yet today. So today, it's been going so well, we're going to test and see how they're doing with each other. So I've got some hay out in the woods and Atlas and Rom are already out there eating hay. And the wind is blowing, trees are moving. And Ari's going to come with me and I'm going to open the gate so that everybody can be together. And we're going to test how well the stallions are doing together if I don't prepare them really carefully. So, you ready, Ari? Here we go. So Ari and I are taking a little bit of a walk up to the hay. And we're going to see how he and Atlas do together. So let's see if we can turn this video around so you guys can watch the horses. Here we go. So here's Atlas. And Ari's going to come over and try and share the same hay pile. Now, what you guys need to know is they have hay in all the feeders in the barn. They are never without hay. This is just new hay that's been put out. And what we see is Atlas choosing to go to a different pile. All yield, no fight, no flight, just yield. So already I'm really pleased with my experiment. Ari was able to come up with no aggression and try and share the hay pile. And then when Atlas felt overwhelmed, he just took a little walk up to the next hay pile. Now, I hope you guys can hear me. It's incredibly loud and windy out here, but I thought today would be an interesting day to test how well the stallions are interacting. I'm gonna turn my camera back around because they're not interacting anymore. They are happily eating their new piles of hay. So, hi Joanna, good to see you here. So I guess, the fun about freedom-based training is trying to set yourself up for success so that nothing exciting happens. But every once in a while, you want to try things on a more difficult day and see what happens. See what kind of stability you've built into the horse's emotional system. So Atlas is here, eating hay. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, that's the plan. This success feels awesome to me. I didn't prepare the stallions. We didn't walk around first. I didn't check their stress levels were low before I put them together. And we have this incredibly windy day, if you guys can hear it around me, where there's branches falling and lots of trees moving. And we're just going to see how they continue to interact or not. The important thing about this is there's enough space they can get away from each other if they want. And I feel like I missed some comments, so I'm going to scroll back here. Yeah, you bought a new horse. That's wonderful, Joanna. Thank you, Annie. Yeah, walking and talking. It's definitely a skill I've had to work on. walking and talking and filming and paying attention to the horses at the same time. So while I'm out here with them, my job is to be in the right place at the right time so that they associate me with good feelings. Obviously, if there starts to be too much tension and I feel like there's going to be a fight between the two stallions, I will become more dominant and I will intervene before stress levels get too high. But as long as they're pretty peaceful, my job is just to spend time with them. And Rom's gelding here, but it's nice to have his happy-go-lucky temperament in the group. Take a moment and look at Rom's face. Okay, he's got environmentally focused, those ears are forward, he's interested in the world. There's a lot less stress for him right now than Atlas. Atlas got a little bit more tension. The ears are moving, which is good. He's problem solving how to feel better. But you can see he doesn't seem nearly as positive about this day and this situation as Rom does. He's quite happy to be out here in the wind eating hay with his two friends. So tension does go up when I put Atlas and Ari together. And you can see, you can't really see, Ari's behind the trees over there. They're very cautious of each other because they don't want to get in a fight. They don't want to get hurt. Let's see if we can see them here. We've got Ari back there and we've got Atlas over here. So Joe says, Happy New Year. Simone and I've been on holiday and couldn't sit in on tea times for a couple of weeks. It's great to join you and the horses again. I'm so glad you're here. That's great. So I have this interesting challenge that I invite you guys to share tea with me each week. And, I try and come up with a new topic to talk about. But if I do it right, nothing interesting happens. And I feel a little foolish for gathering you all together to drink tea with me. So I hope your tea is good. And we can hang out with the horses on this windy day without feeling like anything exciting has to happen. Now, in some ways, I set today up for failure because I didn't take all the normal precautions before putting my two stallions together. But it has been weeks and weeks and months of taking all the right precautions to set them up to interact really well. Yeah, absolutely. The trees do act a little bit like protected contact. They can kind of hide behind a tree if they're not feeling very safe. And I find they do use that a fair amount. So the thing I wanted to talk about today, when you run a test like this, you say, okay, it normally works when I set everything up for success. What if I do something that's more difficult on a windy day so that it's not set up for success? Are the patterns that I've set over the last weeks or months strong enough to handle the new challenge? And today they were. But the thing is, it's very important I don't do the same test tomorrow. Okay, this test that I ran today was successful. It's really important that I go back and I do it the easier way tomorrow. So tomorrow, I will make sure and spend extra time with each stallion individually. I'll make sure their stress levels are really low before I put them together. And I will set that up for success. And I will do that a number of times before I test it again. If you test something too many times in a row, you're just asking for trouble. So, yes, it's really great that it's this windy and they're this calm. Those of you who saw Ari at the very beginning, he was not that calm at the very beginning. The addition of new food really helps. Even though they have all the hay they want all the time, adding new hay that everyone can eat comfortably gives them something to chew, and the movement of their mouth helps lower the stress. So it's another thing to think about. There's lots of ways that horses lower stress. Chewing regularly on rough forage is one of the ways they lower stress. So yes, tomorrow we'll make all this easier. I won't test the stallions as much, but for today, they rose to the challenge perfectly, and I couldn't ask for any more. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye on that note, and I'm just gonna do my meditation around them while they eat hay. I'm gonna reinforce all the thinking and focus changes they wanna give me, and we're gonna spend a couple of hours all together. And then tomorrow, I'll spend time with them each individually, make sure their stress is low before I put them together, so that I'm not testing them more than one day in a row. So I hope that gives you guys a little food for thought. I feel like I'm yelling over the wind. I hope you guys can hear me. It's really loud, but happy Tuesday to all of you. I guess Wednesday for those of you in Australia and New Zealand. And I will see you next week.